whole entire resume, I think Jordan still has pretty decent. I think there's still, like, as far as resume, I think there's still probably a Hall of Fame gap between him and LeBron.
A Hall of Fame gap? What does that even mean?
Yeah, as far as the accolades that are on his resume.
What do you mean a Hall of Fame gap?
There is a Hall of Fame level player gap between their resume. One MVP.
You're tweaking. What?
Wow, listen.
I think you're saying the wrong
MVP.
word.
No, I'm not. This is the gap between.
Don't say Hall of Fame gap. Hall of Fame
because
gap.
As in those accolades would make up a Hall of Fame player.
Yes, those accolades that Jordan still has over LeBron makes a Hall of Fame player.
Oh, you mean the difference?
The difference, yes.
Why are you saying it? Why are you saying all that?
What's going on, everybody? Another episode of the Hoopaholics. We got a lot of great topics today. First off, we're gonna just ask the question: is Luka Doncic the real MVP right now? I want your guys' opinions. Austin, let's start off with you real quick. How we feeling about the Luka Doncic MVP train right now?
Luka's MVP chances. I mean, look at his numbers. Luka, obviously, he's damn near averaging a 30-point triple-double on the season. He's probably, he's the best player on their team. My thing with Luka right now is, and I know how jumbled it is in the West, and everybody kind of has a chance to shift the odds a bit with a game or a win here or there. But they're currently sitting at the 8th seed. And it just really, for me, it's tough to have that guy in a conversation when there's guys like Jokic and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, even a Jason Tatum. People want to throw his name in the conversation. And, I mean, rightfully so when you look at their seeding, in their respective conferences. That's normally where the MVP goes to, some of the best players on the highest seeded teams. So with Luka sitting at the 8th seed right now, I think it really would take a leap in their standings for him to really have a chance at MVP.
I think Luka Doncic should definitely. Is he like top 3 right now? Did he move up in the standings?
I want to say he's 3 right now.
Yeah, I think he's 3.
5 right now.
Is he 5?
Apparently. Interesting.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember. I thought the last thing I saw was that I just think 5 is kind of crazy for what he's doing right now, though. Yo, Nev, I'm gonna ask you though. Do you think the seeding plays too much of a role? Like, should Luka Doncic be higher than just a top 5? Like, should he be top 2? How are we feeling about the seeding?
Seeding's been way too much of a role in it. I mean, I don't know. Freaking Westbrook won MVP, averaging the same numbers damn near. So I don't know how he could win it. And then Luka's at.
It was definitely the triple double
over.
thing played a huge part. Like having that record was.
Oh my God! So he averaged 1 more rebound. That's the MVP.
It's not just the average. It was that he broke the all-time single season like double record.
Okay, LeBron James broke 40K points yesterday.
Ew! Wait, Jason Tatum jumped past Luka for MVP. Is that what you was talking about earlier?
Yeah.
Nah, that's nasty.
Nah,
work.
that's crazy.
That's nasty work, man. Come on,
I don't know. I mean, they're the 8th seed this very second, but they're 1 game behind the 6th seed, which is the Suns. So I mean, that could change at any point. And then what? The Pelicans? I mean,
but they're in 10th though. They 1 game from 10th place. That's ugly.
Right.
They're 2.
They're 2 out now.
Okay. If they're 10th
that
place,
bottom is so close though, because like, for example, even they're only 4 games behind the Clippers, and then like the 5th seed Pelicans are only 2 games behind. So I mean, it could just swing so easily. I think if Luka could get in that top 5 or 6 seed, I think his name definitely got to come up there a little bit higher.
Yeah, he's got to get to 5th place. That's what I think, at least.
Right. No, I think 5th as well. I think that's pretty safe. At least with his numbers, 5th, he should be in a real conversation.
Yeah, no, 100%. You guys think that the players should vote for the MVP, or do you think it's cool with how the media does it now? How do we feel about that?
No, the players definitely shouldn't.
No, because that's how they used to vote it. And some
biased.
people were getting like MVP, and they weren't even making the playoffs. A couple of times, like way back when the players used to vote.
One thing I think about that would just be like too tough is say there's just a really, really good player that's just super unlikable. Like that's you can't have like personality come into an MVP conversation, and when your peers are voting on it, guys who they don't like aren't going to get the same respect on that MVP ballot. So I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah, there's definitely some bias.
They can't let everybody vote. How about that?
Oh, like players and media?
Like
players,
all-star?
media, and fans.
Yeah, and fans as well.
Yeah, I would.
Fans
I
would
could
go
agree with that.
crazy. The fans would
Zaza
go crazy.
Pachulia almost got into
Nah,
an
they're-
all-star
I'm
game
about to
off
say-
of that.
Yeah.
Troll, man. I guess because like I feel like fans are gonna vote for just their favorite player on the favorite team sometimes, but it's like
But then if you let the media vote, they always vote off of narratives. Like, it's
Yeah,
like,
they
definitely
whatever
very
the
narrative
narrative's going
driven.
with, like everybody's biased. Really. Everybody's
100%. Do you guys think that there should be a rework of the MVP award? Like maybe have a best player and then an MVP, like, or
Yes.
do you think it's cool how it is?
Although they definitely got to change the name of it. Most valuable player. That's they gotta make sure they like. What's the award for? Is it the most valuable? Is it the best player? Like
Yeah,
which
because it
one
kind
really-
of the criteria and goalpost kind of moves a lot throughout
Right.
the history of voting for the MVP. So it definitely makes it tough. I feel like if you're voting best player, kind of like how soccer has the Ballon d'Or award, like as you two know, big soccer fans, Messi's just been the best player for how long? So it's like, for example, if they had that during while LeBron was playing, Jordan was playing, they probably would have racked up way more than the MVPs that they won. So it's like, you know, I think the MVP could be a very weird award. That's why I don't like hold it anymore in the highest of regards. Like it's obviously important, but it's so narrative driven and like it really depends upon like how good your team is as well. Like you have to obviously play MVP level, but if your team is not all that, you don't get a toss. Like look at Luka, really bottom 5 in this voting just because his team isn't like the greatest. But I mean, he's clearly been one of the most valuable players to his team. I think Jason Tatum being over him is pretty ridiculous, though, in my opinion.
Yeah, the JT thing with all the players they have on that Celtics roster, it really doesn't feel right to have him pass.
Yeah, because I still see people arguing like JT is better than him. Like, what do you guys think that he's close to Luka, or like, is there a sizable gap between them? I'm curious.
He's so overrated, man. He is so overrated.
Hold on, wait. Is this just a Sixers bias, or like?
No, he's nice. No,
Okay.
he's nice as bro. He's nice. I love him, but he's overrated. Like he's nowhere near as good as he should be. Like if he's all right, is he a top 5 player in the league?
I was gonna
this
ask
season?
you. I was
No,
gonna ask
like,
you. Where
what?
do you? How many people do you have in front of him now?
You got
Let's name them.
Giannis, Jokic,
Right.
Embiid, Luka.
Hold on, no, never. You say
Nah,
it
I
because
can't-
the other
nah,
day
I
did
can't
not
say
put Embiid over Jason Tatum.
No, he can't be above Tatum. I
Oh.
can't.
You don't
Is
think
that
Joel Embiid-
just health? Is that just health? Like you got to be on the court type of thing, or what's your reasoning behind that?
What's my reasoning behind it? Is I watched freaking Tatum make him quit basketball, bro.
Playoff
Joel
series.
literally freaking got bullied off the court, bro. I can't say he's better. I want to say he's better, but I can't say he's better after that.
But would you say like Joel's the better basketball player, but maybe he just doesn't show up in certain moments? But like,
So
he's
are you the
at
better basketball player then?
I know,
Like what you
Like, just
mean?
like overall though, I mean, because Jason Tatum's
the
had a
Sixers
fair share
better
of
than the
moments of
Celtics?
not showing up.
All right.
Who's got a better team?
Oh,
Who's got the better team? Definitely the Celtics. But Joel had a good ass team last
No,
year. And
Joel
that wasn't the
has-
reason why he lost
Joel
last
has,
year.
yeah.
I mean, the Celtics, they should be in the finals, winning the finals. Like the Celtics are underachieving too.
Yeah, I think. Oh, if they don't win this year, I don't know if they're ever gonna win.
They're not
be
winning
completely
this
honest.
year.
If the Celtics don't win,
The Celtics are stacked, bro. The Celtics
they
have
are
just been like the
absolutely
best team
stacked.
by far all season. But it's like, it's Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Are they going to show up come playoff time? I don't know yet. But I mean, because we've seen a couple times that they haven't. Last year was a perfect example of that against Austin's Miami Heat. Even though you guys almost blew a 3-0 lead, that would have been that would have been crazy.
But we didn't,
But,
so we can forget
you
about that.
I do want to go back to naming some players. So Jason Tatum, we were trying to figure out where exactly he ranks right now. We said, Nebu, if you are in disagreement with Joel Embiid, I do think the other three of us here say he is better than him right now. So we might add him on there. But we said Jokic, Giannis,
Steph.
Embiid,
What about
Luka. Say Steph. I say Steph. Austin, do you say Steph? No. What do you feel about Steph over Tatum?
I would take Steph over Tatum. We're going into the playoffs, especially. I would take Steph over
Taking
Tatum.
Steph.
I can
Nebu, are
count
you
on
taking
that
Steph
better.
over Tatum?
Yeah, I'm definitely
Okay.
taking stuff.
We got 5 names here. We taking KD over Tatum still?
That's
a toss-up.
It's a toss-up. It's a toss-up. All right, so we'll leave his name out. We'll leave his.
is at though. Like wherever KD's at, he's either
Okay.
above him or
So
right there.
is he better than LeBron? Who do you rather have right now?
I don't know.
I don't know, bro, because LeBron is like, yeah, I would say Tatum's just probably more consistent over the regular season, but come playoff time, I mean, we saw what LeBron did last year too in the playoffs.
What
So,
about
I don't
Shea?
know.
Put LeBron on the
I'm
Celtics.
taking Shea. I think I might take Shea right now.
I was gonna
Okay.
say too, yeah.
I think I'll take him over there, even though we haven't seen much of Shea in the playoffs, obviously, or anything, but I might take Shea right now.
So
I
how
don't
many
know if
people
I
is
can
that?
do that.
You're not
We're at,
taking
like,
Shea over
7?
Tatum?
I think
That
we're at,
was
like, 7.
I had 6 names if we're not include. Did we include LeBron? Are we saying LeBron's over him or no?
I think I might give Tatum a slight edge right now.
All right, so we'll get Tatum the edge. So yeah, right now
If
there's
they
still only
played
6
If
names
they played each other in the finals, who do you think's doing better?
between Bron and Tatum.
Yeah. I think
Oh.
LeBron's probably going
I think
short.
LeBron, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I'm probably gonna say
Yeah.
Even in
LeBron.
a regular season game, I think Jason Tatum will score more points, but like you looking at LeBron, like LeBron will be
His
doing
impact.
Right, but then
more. When
again,
Jason Tatum's on fire, he be knocking that. But like sometimes Jason Tatum disappears.
yeah, that's
Not
the
for a
thing.
whole, it's
with
never for a whole game though.
right,
It's just
that's
for
the
like
thing.
a half. Like I don't know.
Because like
Jason
he's
Tatum-
so up and down to me. I don't know. Like one game, like he'll go drop. Like even against Philly last year, like I mean, I know he had a crazy closeout game. He dropped like 50 plus, but then like throughout the early parts of that playoff run last year, didn't he have like a stretch of some of the worst shooting in playoff history? Like early first 2 rounds, like couldn't make a shot. And then obviously we saw him against the Warriors in the finals. If he even played like 70% of his normal basketball, they'd probably beat them in 2022. But he was so bad that they blew that lead and they didn't win, even though clearly they had the better team. So yeah, I don't know. I definitely think. I mean, I guess going all the way back, I think that there's probably a sizable gap right now between Luka and Tatum, in my opinion. I think a lot of people value the two-way stuff. I know
the two-way stuff, definitely.
Two-way, like Tatum's obviously the better defender, but I just think that Luka's so much better offensively that it outweighs that gap.
I was gonna say too. I kind of feel like Tatum doesn't necessarily always lock in on defense. Like he could be a defensive stud, and then other times it doesn't really feel like he's making that huge of an impact. Yeah. So, I mean, just like the rest of his game, it's just kind of up and down with all the impact he makes.
For sure.
Are people saying Luka he's better than Luka though?
Like, you know what's crazy is I was listening to one of my podcasts yesterday, and somebody was arguing that Tatum is a top 3 NBA player right now, and he had him over Luka.
Top 3.
I was like,
player or top 3?
Top 3 player, and he had him over Luka. I was like, oh, he must be a Boston fan or something because like you smoking.
See,
there's just no way.
Luka's definitely he's top. I give him 4.
What you have in front of him?
I still got Embiid. I know Nebu. I don't know what he thinks. Embiid is nice. He top 3 to me. I got him at 3.
That's cool.
Giannis at 1. I know y'all. We can argue about that. Giannis, Jokic. I got Giannis, Jokic, and Embiid.
I'm not mad if somebody says Giannis over Jokic. I think they 1A, 1B right now. Like whatever you value more. But
Embiid does stuff. It's like you can't not put him. You can't put Jason Tatum over Embiid. Come on.
Nebu, I can see how Nebu's mad because like Embiid has not shown up to the playoff like occasion over the last few years. You know, and I think the injury thing, even if you just want to say, oh, he underperforms in the playoffs was one thing, but just the injury factor too, like he can't even stay healthy to win the 65 game award, and players are complaining about 65 games is too much. First of all, even when we looking at MVP voting, nobody's ever won it playing less than 65 games except like one time in a lockout season. You know, it's always been voted that way, but now it's set in stone that you can't win it. I mean, there might be some seasons where it looks a little funny, but you know, I mean, the injury concerns have to play a factor when you rank him too.
These NBA players just like us, man. They don't want to go to work. They just try and get paid. You know, you feel?
They try to go to work, bro. I'm trying to clock in, clock out. You know, in and out. That's it. But yeah. Do you guys have anything further about this topic?
Luka got.
I mean, any last words?
He got to get the 4th place.
Luka got to get 4th place to win the MVP.
Yeah,
4th in MVP. Now, do you think?
I just wanted to. My bad. I was just gonna say about one guy who's in that conversation who we haven't really talked about much. What's your feeling on Shai as far as where he's in the echelon of the NBA? Like, I know he's in that MVP conversation. Is he one of the best? Is he just having a great season? Where do you guys stand on him?
I think he hasn't been stamped yet, personally, only because we haven't seen like what he does in the playoffs yet as the lead option and everything. I mean, I think obviously last year breakout season, he's only improved upon that this year. I mean, we see his game. I think he's obviously top 10 player right now. But like, are we gonna say he's over certain players, like maybe a Luka? Because I see some people say, "Oh, he's better than Luka right now," or I see people trying to put him in the top 5. I think it might be a little too soon. I had to kind of see a little bit more from him in the biggest moments, like in the playoffs, before I'm going, "Oh yeah, like he's top 5." Because like, what happens if they go to the playoffs, he doesn't perform, and they lose first round or something? Like then the whole narrative is gonna switch around his name, at least for now. But yeah, he's top 10 to me. I think he's rightfully top 3 in the NBA.
What about you, Devin? You look like you got something on your mind.
I mean, I just feel like we're gonna see a lot about people are gonna get stamped in these last couple months of the season. Like I think the MVP is gonna, like whoever plays the best from now to the playoffs is gonna be MVP. Whoever, if Shea balls out, I don't think Shea's gonna win. I think Jokic is gonna win the MVP. Just the way it's shaping up. Right. But I think if Shea keeps, is it Shea or Shy? Shea. SGA.
I think it's Shy.
I'm gonna call him SGA. I think he's right on the cusp. I think he's Shea is nice.
He's a bucket.
When I watch him, like I don't, people can't guard him at all.
Yeah, no, he's nice.
Like he got the in and out. I haven't seen anybody really stick him or stop him at all.
Right.
But I think he's right on the cusp. I think he definitely needs a playoff. We gotta wait till the playoffs. But if he falls out in the playoffs, even if they lose like in the second round,
he'll be stamped. Yeah, then he'll get that certification, you know.
Yeah,
but I think
like right under. He's in like 6 to 8.
6 to 8, yeah. I'll probably say between 6 to 8. Yeah, I think he's around there. I do want to ask you guys though, since he is the topic of conversation right now. It's a little bit off topic from our main topic, but how does this trade look? The whole Shea for Paul George. Paul George, the Clippers give up everything. Like Shea is now better than Paul George and Kawhi right now. Like,
did you see what Doc Rivers said, bro?
What did he say?
He told Kawhi he should have stuck around.
Yeah, he said like, "Oh, I told Kawhi we should have
kept him." Yeah, I did see that actually.
Oh my gosh!
Look at Doc trying to take credit again.
He be talking too much, man.
He does be talking too much.
That trade is horrible.
Is that going to go down? Because now the Rudy Gobert trade is not looking as bad anymore. Right. Even though they're not going to win, like the Timberwolves aren't going to win championship, but they are competitive. But that Paul George trade, man. I mean, I know the Clippers have looked really good this year, but that trade really might go down as one of the worst ever. Like, imagine if the Thunder knock out the Clippers in the playoffs or something. It's
very possible.
I can see it now. The Paul George memes and slander. Oh my god!
I mean, how many picks were tied to that? Was there 5 picks that went to
that? Bro, hold on.
5 picks. Like I don't know what they conveyed into, or if any of them turned into actual players yet. But
the only
that's
thing
looking rough at that.
Is that they had to do it to keep to get Kawhi.
For sure.
That's the only
just
thing.
to run the trade down real quick. So the Clippers received Paul George, the Thunder received Shea, Danilo Gallinari, a 2022 first round pick, 24 first round pick, 26 and 21 first round picks. They took Miami's 23 first round pick. Then they got the Clippers 23 and 25 first round picks.
Jesus
1, 2, 3,
Christ.
4, 5, 6, 7 picks and a superstar MVP caliber player.
God
oh my god, bro! For Paul George, man.
Paul
George. Hey, Paul George at the time did just come off having like an MVP caliber season as well, though. But still, I mean, it's just in hindsight, it does not look good right now. I don't think it'll ever be good unless they win. Like, I feel like that's the only thing. They have to win a championship.
Yeah, they have to get the championship out of that.
Otherwise, the trade just never looks good.
This Clippers team is one of the most disappointing teams ever.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they've looked really good so far this season, but I mean, I don't know. I don't think their window's closed or anything. Like, I do think there's a possibility they could win, but they really blew their chance in the bubble, even though they would have got clowned for the ring too. But they blowing that 3-1 lead was bad.
This is their last chance. If they don't win this year, they're never winning.
Probably. 'Cause,
Yeah,
I mean,
I agree with
we
that.
don't know what's gonna happen in the off season. So I definitely think their window is very small for the opportunity to win. But I do want to segue us into our next topic about 20 minutes in. We're gonna move on to our first game, which is Beat the Buzzer, our Beat the Buzzer segment. Let me throw that up there. So Devin, this is your first time here for one of these. We're gonna play a video. This video is a NBA like kind of quiz
Welcome
game.
back to the NBA
Let me
quiz.
pause this real quick. So this one is basically we're going to guess the NBA player by shuffled letters. So they're gonna come up just shuffled all around. One of us has to guess it. Well, we're all gonna guess at the same time, but whoever gets it right first gets the point. After the video's done, count up your points. Whoever wins. But if you guys are ready, I'm gonna run it.
Box. Today we are guessing
Not a good volume?
a famous player by shuffled letters. Please subscribe to my channel. This is the part where we say thanks for the comments. And 3, 2, 1, let's go! Question 1. Can you guess
Jimmy
this
Butler.
player?
That was it.
Got it.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was gonna be first name, last name,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's all
It's
two.
Jimmy
right.
Butler.
Jared cheating.
Question 2.
Yeah.
No.
James Harden. James Harden.
I
Yeah.
caught that kid.
I think that was Nev. Yeah, see, I didn't even get a chance on that.
Wow.
We didn't get the chance on the last
It's
one. so-
James Harden. Question 3. Do you have any
Paul
idea
George?
about this
No.
player?
Nah, damn, who is that?
Chris Paul.
Chris Paul. Yeah.
Chris Paul. Ah, yeah, damn. I saw something was Paul.
That's perfect. It's Chris Paul.
Nev, you got 2.
Okay.
Got 1. Yeah, they're cooking
Question
early.
4.
Kyrie
Kyrie
Irving.
Irving.
That's
Son.
Nah, was that me? Was that me? That was me.
Son.
I think.
I don't know.
Surprise! That's Kyrie Irving.
All right, Nev got 3.
Question 5.
Luka
What
Doncic.
about this
That's
player?
me.
Yeah, y'all got
no.
that
That
one.
was me. I got 2.
Taylor said I need that one.
I need that. Yeah, no, I'm leaving here with
He
something. Word
looks
of
so
Denzel. I'm
handsome.
leaving here with something.
This is Luka Doncic. Question 6.
Stephen Curry.
What
Curry.
is this?
That was probably the easiest one. There you go.
That was easy.
Oh, wow. This is
That's three.
Steph Curry. Question 7.
Devin
Let's
Booker.
see. Who is the player?
I don't even know if that's right.
It is Devin Booker.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Wow, so good. That's Devin Booker. Question 8. Do you know the answer?
Anthony Davis.
Yo, Devin, that was yours, bro. That's the first name you said before the video started. Yo, Devin got that
Wonderful.
point. He said
That's
that early.
Anthony Davis.
All right,
Question
Nev
9.
and I both have 4.
What do
Russell
you
Westbrook.
think about this player?
Yeah, Austin, you got that.
Bull cells Castro.
Yeah, imagine if those are just like actual things, bro.
I think you
You'll
know
never
the
know.
answer. So the answer is Russell Westbrook.
Westbrook.
Question 10. Guess the player in 0.001 seconds.
Oh, Devin got that.
Clay Thompson.
Honestly, I had no idea who that was.
Yeah, I was looking
I
lost.
was
over
lost
here.
on that
Do
one.
it. He is Klay Thompson. Question 11. Can
Kevin
you
Durant.
identify this player?
Austin. That was quick. He was quick with it.
Taking two there.
Tekin Rob.
fair.
Dom.
Super easy for you.
Chill.
He is Kevin Durant. Guess the next player.
LeBron
Joel
James.
Embiid? No, LeBron James.
Ah.
Jabronar Males.
LeBron James.
I've got that. No, what do you got?
Guess
5?
what? That's LeBron
cooking, bruh.
James.
Cooking with some
Question
grease,
13.
baby.
Nikola
Let's
Jokic.
see. This
Ah,
player
also, what do
is-
you have?
3 now.
3? All right, I still got 4. They never got 5 or 6. You
Yeah, that's Nikola
We got
Jokic.
7,
Got
bro.
the
We
blood
cooking.
got
Okay.
7? Damn,
Question
he's
14.
cooking.
Which
Kawhi
player
Leonard.
is up next? Exactly. That's Kai Leonard.
What did he just say?
15.
Kai
Do
Leonard.
you recognize this player?
Trey Young? Trey Young.
Trae Young, damn.
That's 5.
That's 5 also.
Kai Leonard.
I think you know the answer. That's Trey Young. Question 16.
Joel Embiid.
Who
Joel Embiid.
comes after this player?
That's 5.
That's good. He is Joel Embiid.
Oh,
Question 17.
Kevin Love.
Kevin Love.
What is the player's name?
6. Yeah, now we catching up.
Oh shit.
You better sit up in that chair.
Wow, that's good. It's
Leaning
Kevin
forward now.
Love.
You better lean forward.
Question 18. Can you
Justin
recognize
Holiday?
the
Drew
name
Holiday?
of the player in question?
Who is that?
Probably.
That's
Yeah.
Justin Holiday.
That is random, and that be got
Yes,
that.
sir.
18.
Cooking.
I have no idea.
No idea.
Wow,
Gary
so
Payton.
good.
bro.
That's
I had
Gary
no idea.
Payton.
Second. That's why. What's up with
Second.
these extra 2
I
letters
was
here?
I thought it was like
Question
I's or
20.
L's.
Yeah.
Which player is
I was
this?
thinking like numbers, like
Donovan Mitchell.
yeah, that-
Yeah, that's definitely it.
I get the ones y'all don't know.
Surprise! This is Donovan Mitchell. Question 21.
Bam out of bio.
Bam Adebayo.
Recognize the
Yeah,
next
and that
player?
Austin, how I beat you to that. That's your man's. Take that. That's 7.
That's perfect. So the answer is Bam Adebayo. Question 22. Can you guess this player?
Gabe
Amazing.
Vincent.
Vincent.
That's
Austin, you were the
another
only
former
one.
Heat player, bro.
Austin, I'm the
Question
only one.
23.
That's a Lakers.
Max
Max
Strus.
Strus.
Yeah, Austin's on that one now.
Why they got
Bro.
Gabe Vincent and Max Strus on here?
We got a
Man,
Heat
trying to
fan
make it
over here.
harder.
That's awesome.
That's 6.
Max Struss is the correct answer. Question 24. What is the player name?
I don't know.
Andrew Wiggins.
Damn, he
you
got
get
that at the buzzer.
That's Andrew Wiggins. Question 25. What is the correct answer?
Draymond Green.
You are a genius.
Hey, yeah,
so
what's the
it's
picture, bro?
Draymond Green.
Draymond.
Question 26.
Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray, yeah.
Yeah, I knew who it was, and I'm like, why can't I get his name out?
And the correct answer is, all right, that's Jamal Murray. Question 27.
Goran Dragic.
Who will be
Wait,
the
no.
next player?
No, that's not him. Who is that?
No. Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Gordon, yeah. I knew it wasn't Dragic. That was.
Congratulations.
That's either one.
Oh, that's Aaron Gordon.
I got 7.
Question 28. Can you identify this player?
Michael Porter Jr.?
I think it is Michael Porter.
Michael Porter, yeah.
That's right.
I got it.
It's Michael Porter Jr. Question 29.
Zach Levine. That's 9 of them things.
That's not him. That's still 7.
Uh-huh. It's Zach Levine.
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 How many
Man, that's
questions
it.
did you get right?
All right, so what do we have? I had 7.
I'm at 9.
I cooked.
Then
that's
what you finish with?
That's not
I
a
don't
number,
even
though.
know. I don't
I
know.
think it
You
sounds
know,
less
you
than
know.
9. I think it sounds like less than 9 to me.
You guys might.
I
I
at
don't know.
least got 9.
Hey,
I
when we
at
go
least
back,
got
when we go back, we'll figure out the winner. But it was either Austin or no. So, with that being said, let's move into our next topic. Did LeBron stamp himself as the GOAT with 40,000 points last? How are we feeling? Who wants to go first? Matter of fact, Devin, so you know, put you on the solo layout here. What you
said
got
me?
to say? We already know you thought he was a GOAT the moment he stepped onto the NBA court.
That's the GOAT.
But, like,
already.
Nah, I know. So, like, tell me though, did this just solidify it for you, or like what solidified it for you, or is this just like icing on the cake type of thing?
For me, or are we talking about for
For
everybody?
you,
Because he's
for
not
you.
the
Then
GOAT.
we'll.
I can tell you what he's got to do. You want
what
me
you
to tell
gotta
you?
do. Yeah, I want you to tell me.
Let's see
He's
it.
got to win one more ring and one more Finals MVP. There
Be
you go.
the, you say it'd be unanimous GOAT, like in most people's eyes.
It won't. Nothing's. It's never going to be unanimous. But
Right.
if he win, like the people that say Michael Jordan, if he wins one more ring, they're going to be like,
Well,
they
that's what
gonna
I
have
mean.
that
Yeah, I don't think it'll ever be unanimous, but like to shift it more towards so like LeBron is more consensusly seen, like, you know, they kind of convert some Jordan fans into LeBron.
No, I think people who say Michael Jordan, it's going to be Michael Jordan forever.
Right. You
No matter
honestly,
what.
for that narrative to switch, sadly enough, the old heads are just gonna have to, you know, pass away a little bit. Like once
Hey, yeah.
once the new generation comes in and they could weigh both of these guys against each other, Then they'll be able to look at the stats
Well,
and make a real decision. Jordan heads are gonna say Jordan regardless of what happens with LeBron James.
Well, Austin, it's not only like old heads though. I mean, I think there's like a pretty decent amount of people in our generation or even the newest generation who will still say Jordan.
Right.
But-
The point I'm making is the people who say Jordan, like those guys aren't gonna change their opinion regardless of
Oh
what
yeah.
happens.
I don't know.
They're
I don't know
gonna
how
stay.
often y'all go on Facebook, but bro, the hate for LeBron on Facebook is on another level, man. It is actually wild. But who do you guys have? Let me go around. Austin, is LeBron your GOAT or is it somebody else? Is it Jordan?
I mean, I still have to probably say Michael Jordan. I still probably have to say Michael Jordan.
Nebby, you still saying Jordan? You saying Bron? You saying somebody else? Like who's your GOAT?
All right. Besides Kobe,
Besides Kobe.
LeBron's definitely past MJ to me now at this point.
So what makes you think that?
He's just so old and he's just cooking. Like he's literally just the oldest player to do this, to do that, to do like everything. Like at this point, like nobody has even been close to his level at this age. Like, and let's not even forget his counting stats. He's the all-time leading scorer now.
His counting stats are going to be untouchable for sure. I mean, but so you think that longevity surpasses like just somebody's peak? Like having like
his longevity with his peak, because I mean, if like, all right, if you want to say Jordan's peak was better, I mean, LeBron's peak is also like right there,
and it's longer.
Yeah, and it's later. Then it's just like.
So this is my thing because I would have Bron second. I think I would still have Jordan because of the peaks. I think Jordan's peak was higher. Like the longevity thing is crazy, but I don't know how I view it is LeBron's goal has been to catch Michael Jordan now. And he knows that, okay, if I continue to play keep going, I'm eventually going to have all these counting stats and people are going to say I'm over Jordan. Jordan, when he came in, he had to catch maybe Kareem or like Magic, Bird. So that was the goal line. Like that was the standard. Before he was even done, he was already like, GOAT. Everyone's like, unanimous Jordan GOAT. Like nobody else is close. And this was probably before like he even retired the first time. He's already been seen as a GOAT. So I feel like, I mean, I know it's hypothetical as far as like, if he doesn't retire, like, because I mean, if he didn't, he probably even wins more rings, puts up more points. But it's like, I feel that he didn't have to have this desire to keep playing when he's already the GOAT. Like everything was proven, like everything is done. He didn't have to keep going. Because like if he wanted to, I think he could have.
That's not LeBron's fault though.
No, it's not 100%. I'm not saying it's LeBron's fault, but that's just like, that's how I'm viewing it, basically.
All right.
Like LeBron has kept playing, and I also don't like the fact of how, LeBron has basically created these teams multiple times throughout his history. And then when I look at finals performances, I know we want to throw 2011 under the bus now at this point, but it's still on his resume. That's something Jordan never had a dud. And he had a bad game. Never had a dud series, whereas LeBron has had a couple dud series. Jordan, never in his career had he had a bad series.
So this just goes back to what we were saying when we originally started it. So if you're gonna just go off of peaks, there's nothing LeBron can do.
No, I think
LeBron's not hitting his peak again.
If LeBron was able to go and win a championship right now and another Finals MVP, I'll give it to him at this stage.
And that's
I just also feel like the
too.
success with the Lakers hasn't been like, I mean, besides the bubble ring, there hasn't been much success in LA, to be completely honest, as a Lakers fan.
Besides the fucking championship ring we got. Oh my God. Spoiled ass Lakers fan. Right. Like, what are you talking about?
What do you mean? What am I talking about? Like, you have a bubble ring, which already is obviously going to have asterisks on it. And then you have the fact that we had first round exit, didn't make playoffs. I mean, we had a Western Conference Finals trip, sure, but that's just the standard in LA. That's all.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. At this point, if you're like, he has to win a ring at like 40 years old and win Finals MVP, like what? Then he's just beyond anybody at his age ever, which he already is. Right. Like at this point,
that's why it's the nail in the coffin though, because if you were able to get the championship on top of all the stats he's already putting up at his age, that's what would put him over the top for me. And that's what I think would sway our generation of fans to put LeBron over MJ, maybe not the previous generations.
Are we
Yeah, 'cause
saying the Lakers are one of the best teams in the league right now, though? Like, I don't like. Yeah, he made this team and won the ring, but like at this point, like, where are the Lakers at? Like, they're definitely not one of the best teams in the league. So, what? Like, how do they win?
Could have won last year. AD just got slapped up by Jokic.
And that's LeBron's fault now, though. Like,
I didn't say it was LeBron's fault. LeBron had a great closeout game, had like 40, so he did all he could. I'm not saying it's LeBron's fault.
I mean,
My thing is,
I don't
what are you
know.
saying?
That's just you asking for so goddamn much at that point.
Because Jordan did so damn much. It's
LeBron's already done that.
That's why. But what has he done or that Jordan hasn't done? I mean, I understand the longevity total. Like LeBron has that. And we were saying this 10, 15 years ago in high school that LeBron is going to finish with all these points and totals. But unless he does this, which is what we was just talking about, he wouldn't surpass Jordan, even though he has all these totals and everything. This is literally the conversations we had like 10 years ago, bro, in high school. Like talking, and like this is happening right now that LeBron has done everything we said he was going to do. But it's like he still hasn't caught up to the certain things that made Jordan the GOAT.
I mean, one of the big ones being 6. You know, that's one thing that he had the chance to catch up to back then that he doesn't. It's not really on the table no more.
I do think that's the main thing that holds it together at this point. It's just I don't think it's the only thing. I think Jordan's advanced stats are better. His per game stats are better. Jordan has better PER. Like every advanced stat, Jordan is first in over LeBron, except LeBron has totals over him now because he's obviously been able to elongate his career for an extremely long time at an extremely high level. And that is a testament to him. 100%. I'm not trying to take that away from him or anything. But my thing is, I find it more impressive, me personally, to win 6 rings in 13 years than to win 4 in 21. And then as well as winning 10 scoring titles in 13 seasons, you win 6 MVPs, you win 6 finals MVPs, all of this within literally just a little over a decade. And then not to mention the first 15 seasons, Jordan had more total points and then he retired. I mean, he had like almost 3,000 more points than LeBron at that point. If he wanted to keep playing, he could have, but he didn't because he was ready to go.
I mean, there's also the factor of I don't necessarily know if Jordan would have had these types of averages later in his career the way that LeBron is currently doing. Because we already saw a bit of, you know, his decline when he came back into Washington, and what age was he at that point?
Yeah, but it wasn't until the knee injury that, I mean, I'm not saying he was playing at the level of LeBron, but he was still averaging like 22 points, 23 points a game. And this is also a different era. It is harder to score in this era, slower pace. Obviously, the different eras play a part in that as far as scoring the basketball.
Different era. They was playing different people.
For sure.
They was playing, LeBron was playing the Warriors.
LeBron had to face tougher finals competition with the Warriors.
It's a whole different other game. I feel like LeBron versus Michael Jordan, you got to talk about stuff that I feel like people don't want to talk about. And people don't want to.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. That's why we're on here. Let's talk about it.
We just gonna do the rings. I get it.
No, but let's talk about what is this exact point that you're trying to make? Because I'm here for it.
It's the same point that I'm gonna make for Patrick Mahomes versus Tom Brady. When Patrick Mahomes is old, I watch Tom Brady. I watch Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes versus Tom Brady. Tom Brady's he's one more. Like, who's gonna get the amount of rings Tom Brady? I don't.
Mahomes has a good shot now.
He does, but
he does have a good shot. So basically, you're saying that Mahomes was more talented.
Mahomes is better. He's just better. That's how I
think that LeBron is just better than Jordan. So that's what
see now to go against my own point. Can you really use that? Like, to me, when I watch LeBron and I watch Michael Jordan, I watch LeBron, I'm like, whoa. I watch Michael Jordan, I'm like, whoa.
It's just a different whoa.
Yo, you see the things LeBron, to me, the best player has got to be the best player ever. Like, when you see this dude, he's doing things, it's like, you ain't ever going to see that again. You might see Michael Jordan again, but you might not see his.
Well, I mean, we saw Kobe after Michael Jordan, but I think that Kobe didn't have, like, obviously the athleticism that Jordan had. But
that's true. Michael Jordan's kind of like, Kobe's kind of like Michael Jordan. If you could float, if Kobe could float, he'd be Michael.
Because I just think that the hang time that Jordan had was, I mean, it was honestly another level. But
Kobe is a rim grazer.
He's not a rim grazer. We're not getting into this right now. No, this is not the conversation, bro. Stop. He's not no rim grazer.
Rim grazer.
Stop this right now.
What's a rim grazer? When you dunk,
barely dunk. Yo, Chris Paul, Kyrie Irving, those are rim grazers. Do not disrespect Kobe Bean Bryant like that, bro.
Maybe when
you
he was
can't go
older.
above the rim. To me, a rim grazer is you grazing the rim. You can't go above the rim. It don't matter if you barely.
Bro, does your head have to be above the rim to not be a rim grazer though?
You
Like,
gotta
if your elbow,
tricks.
not elbow, huh?
Yeah.
Bro, you need to go watch a Kobe poster highlight or so because
Yeah,
refresh
young
your memory,
Kobe,
bro.
young Kobe,
was
yeah.
crazy.
Different.
When Kobe dunks the ball, his wrist right here doesn't go above the rim.
Dog. He's
It's a
6'6"
rim
with a
grazer.
38-inch
No matter
vertical.
how
You
nice-
think his wrist isn't going over the?
You a rim grazer if you're grazing the rim with the wrist. To me, if you
Bro,
can't,
rim grazer
you're
is
not
if you
like
dunking
this.
like this.
I'm about to say rim
ball's
grazer
literally
to me
grazing
is
the rim.
the ball
Okay,
just
what's
gets
above
over the
rim
net
grazer?
and then your fingertips are coming onto the
Above a
rim.
rim
what's
grazer
another
is
word
you-
for graze? Whatever above rim grazing is, that's
Bro,
cold.
Kobe
But this
jumped
is-
over Dwight Howard, and you're talking about his hand barely going over the hoop.
Did his rim go above the? Did his wrist go above the rim?
His body went over a 6'11" human being. Like I think. Come on,
I'm just
now.
saying. You remember when Kobe dunked between two people? You see where the
I
ball is
do.
at?
Maybe because he was dunking through
Yeah,
traffic.
that's okay, but he was
people.
old as hell then.
Yeah,
though.
he was way older. I wasn't even prime Kobe anymore. That was like
Listen,
end of prime. That was the Achilles tear season. That was the
So
season
he
tore his
lost it. He
Achilles.
lost it that quick. Wow, he must have not been.
He lost it that quick.
that quick.
He never had athleticism like Bron or Jordan though.
Exactly. That's why he's a rim grazer.
Because you're not like the two greatest athletes ever.
You ain't gotta be a crazy athlete to be, bro. There's people,
Bro, Devin.
Bro.
Kobe was one of the best dunkers of all time. Like in
that don't
game.
mean- you could be a rim grazer and still be a good dunker.
No,
Wait, didn't Kobe win a dunk contest?
he did. Won a dunk contest.
Was
I
he
guess
getting
as a
above
rim
the rim?
grazer.
He was getting above
You
the
need to
rim.
go. You need to go
You
rewatch
ever
some
heard the
highlights or
movie Above
something.
the Rim?
Just pull that one up right now.
Hey, this
You gotta be
we
above
getting
the
a little sidetrack on this, but
All
I
right,
do
what
I
we
do want
talking
to
about?
I do want to
Kobe
come to
and
LeBron. Yeah,
let me
that was the
talk
last thing. I mean, we were talking about obviously or Michael versus LeBron and all this. So Nebu, he's converted. Austin said that you
That's
have
good.
not.
Nah, I still got Jordan.
You still have Jordan.
So,
So the GOAT, this is so tired, man.
Those get tiring.
I'm just confused. I'm just confused because, all right, if LeBron wins another ring and a Finals MVP, is it even close between him and Jordan at that point? Are you saying that it's close?
my point on the last, it's not necessarily the number of championships, it's stamping a 40-year-old LeBron James as a Finals MVP. Like you could say he's got the longevity numbers, but to have the longevity and then to also be a Finals MVP and win a championship at this stage of his career, it'll stamp the longevity thing for me, essentially, to put him as the GOAT.
I think if he were to win a ring and a Finals MVP now, it's not even like within question. Like you're a hater at that point if you put Jordan like even close to him. Like because then at what point?
But why?
Why? Because he
Why?
would have the peak would be damn near tied, and then his longevity would just blow him out the
Is
water.
the peak tied though?
It's pretty close. LeBron did run the league here for the freaking decade, like.
I mean, but Jordan literally ran it for a day. He won 6 in a decade.
And then here you go, going back to the rings. This is what I'm talking about right here. So there's nothing he can do. There's nothing he can. Like,
It's the rings are always going to play a pretty big part in it. If, like Austin said, I mean, if he won a ring at damn near 40 years old and won a Finals MVP and had a phenomenal Finals performance, like Austin said, I think that is just like, okay, he has surpassed Jordan at this point. And it's not just because of the ring. It's just the fact that he did that at that age, won a championship, everything. But like I said, I just value something different, I guess. Like the longevity, incredible, but I just think that Jordan's peak was higher.
Hey man, it's no knock to be number 2.
It's not the peak. I don't think we should say peak. So rings is resume, right? Rings along with other
Part of
stuff.
the resume.
It's the most of the resume, and then you got like MVP, defensive, all that stuff. But the rings,
I just think like the rings accolades, like the whole entire resume, I think Jordan still has pretty decent. I think there's still like as far as resume, I think there's still probably a Hall of Fame gap between him and Bron.
a Hall of Fame gap? What does that even mean?
You have as far as the accolades that are on his resume.
What do you mean a Hall of Fame gap?
There's
stuff
a
that he
Hall of
has.
Fame level player gap between their resume. One MVP.
You're tweaking. What?
Ow, listen.
I think
Listen.
you're saying the wrong word.
MVP. No, I'm not. This is the gap between
Don't say
Bron
Hall of
and
Fame.
Michael.
Hall of Fame.
Because if a-
As in
because
those
if a
accolades
player-
would make up a Hall of Fame player.
Yes, that those
That's the difference.
accolades that Jordan still has over LeBron makes a Hall of Fame player.
Oh, you
This is
mean
what
the
I'm talking
difference?
The difference.
the
Yes.
difference.
Why are you saying it? Why? They
Like
both.
what?
Why are you saying all that?
Because it's true. What it's true.
What does that mean, though? They both in the Hall of. It's the.
No, dude, listen.
He's just saying
listen.
the amount of championships,
Okay,
MVPs,
that's cool.
Defensive Player of the
I like the way you
Year.
said that.
If you take those and you put them into a whole different player, that player's career,
That player's
his
going to the Hall of
accolades,
Fame. And
would
that
be
is
a
still
Hall
what
of Fame.
Jordan has over LeBron in less time. Do you
Okay.
follow me now?
I get you. I feel like that's a nice way. That's like
This is Jordan talk right
that's
here.
nice
bro.
hate right there. But
How,
I got
bro?
you.
This is just facts. It's just what
No,
Jordan
it's
still
true.
has
If you
over.
take the difference. I don't know how you can. You must have been sitting on that. You must have been thinking.
No. This is I did not come up with this. This is just stuff that I've seen. I did not come up with it. I'm saying like you could just see it that okay, he still has an MVP over him. He still got 2 rings, 2 finals MVPs over him. He got 9 scoring titles over him. He got 9 all defensive first teams over him. He got a defensive player of the year over him.
See, all that sounds like a lot. It's like whoa, but
Yes.
That
It
shit,
is a
whatever,
lot.
bro.
you
Yeah,
look
like
at
come
the
on, bro.
numbers,
Whatever, that's a whole Hall of Fame player.
Like you
I was
said,
gonna say, how many
scoring.
Hall of Fame players might not even have a couple of those things as far as maybe the
Yeah. See, this is-
championship or the
this is
this or
crazy.
the that?
This is crazy. You said scoring champs, right? Scoring
Scoring titles.
titles.
Scoring champ, same thing.
If you look at the difference between them, they probably not that big of a like you say. Oh, he's got scoring like LeBron. Like, oh my god, what am I talking? I feel like when you just say accolades, it takes away content. Like it sounds crazier than what it actually. If you say, oh, he's got this many score. Like if you look at LeBron scoring, LeBron's one of the greatest scorers. Who's a better scorer, LeBron or Michael Jordan? Who got the most?
The guy who leads the NBA in all-time
See,
scoring.
Were you guys saying Kareem's the greatest scorer of all
You're
time?
going off the
Were you saying
awards.
Kareem's the greatest scorer of all time? No, I want you to answer that, both of you. Was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar the greatest scorer of all time before LeBron James? But now that LeBron has passed it because it's LeBron, he's now the greatest scorer of all time, but Kareem never was?
Kareem was the great. Who was the scoring? Who had the most points before LeBron?
Kareem.
Kareem.
Okay.
And then Karl
So-
Malone also. So Karl Malone and Kareem both better than Michael Jordan at scoring the basketball?
All right. I just want to.
There's
All right,
more
you
than-
want to pull the
there's more than one
scoring
aspect of the
titles?
game.
But Neb, you just said he got the most all-time points. He the greatest scorer. That sounds like a bronze-sexual.
No, you didn't even let me finish. First of all, you didn't let me finish.
Please finish.
You want to harp on the fucking scoring titles specifically? Let's put on how many times were these guys top 5 scorers in the league? Why don't we put something there? Like, because Jordan was more of a scorer than LeBron, but LeBron not being a scorer, still having more points than Jordan is crazy. Like, what are you
Because he's
talking about,
played for longer.
bro? Let's put up. I'm gonna look it up.
He
I'm
put
looking
in
up
the
right
amount of time that they played in the same amount of time, 15 years. Jordan had more points than him and
here.
has an
But how
all-time
many
higher
times
points
did
per
they
game.
finish? Look. If Jordan was number 1 in the league in scoring with like 30 points a game, and then one of LeBron's years, he was like 4th in the
No,
league in
100%.
scoring at
I
27
agree.
points. That's a
That's what I
wash
was
to
saying.
me. Like, that's whatever. Like, yeah,
Like,
Jordan
when you
got the
just-
title, but like, okay, LeBron was like right there. He just didn't win it that year. Like, that's whatever.
Okay, yeah, but this is like
That's so
the ring-
overrated.
This is like the ring talk that we're going about. Oh, like he was right there in the finals 10 times, but he didn't
Nah,
win.
it's nothing with ring.
no,
But, like,
no,
it's
that's
like,
way
yes,
different.
It's
That's
not.
way
It's not.
different.
It's like, did you win or no? We're not giving out participation awards, and this is what it
It's
comes
not
down to.
participation
No,
awards.
relax,
It's
bro.
about caring
It's-
about what's important.
Relax.
Is it really that important?
It is
that
important
Jordan-
that he could win it 10
Yeah,
times.
Is it? Hold on. Let me go.
With
to
the
this.
with the rings? You can't do that with the rings, but with everything else, you could do that with defensive, MVP, whatever.
You could do
But
that with
the
everything
rings, you
else.
can't say,
I'm
oh,
not
he was
denying
close.
to add. I'm not denying to add the context. I'm just telling you what it is there. It's like,
You
oh,
are denying it.
LeBron.
I feel like you
I'm
deny
not trying to deny the context. LeBron probably has finished as a top 5 scorer many times, but Michael Jordan was the top scorer every single time he played,
But they're
along
not
with
playing
being
in
the
the
top
league
scorer.
at the same time as each other. So, like, what really?
If
Like,
he did, Jordan still would have had more than him because he was the better scorer.
look, We talking about scoring titles right here, bro. I don't know. That's whatever, man.
That's
That
not
is
the
so,
main thing. The score. We just
that's
focused
so
on the scoring
whatever.
titles here.
That is so.
To have
All of
10 of
those
them,
are
no one
whatever.
else is even close, bro. No one else is even close to 10 scoring titles. But this, if you don't want to focus on scoring titles, I don't care. I'm still like, we had other things. This was just part of the resume that I was saying that would make a Hall of Fame player that is still divided between Jordan and LeBron.
All right, let me ask you.
Between 15 years. But basically, Michael Jordan did all of this in 11 and a half healthy seasons. He played 13 years in the Bulls, but only had 11 and a half healthy years where he actually played a full season.
Now, let me ask you this. So there's two things, really. You got resume, and then you got the game on the court.
Right.
So it's pretty much like Michael Jordan's got a better resume. Who's better? Who's the better player?
I think the better all-around player is LeBron. That doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to say, oh, he's just better than him. I think LeBron does more things better than Michael Jordan. But I think when somebody does something way better, like a particular, I think when Jordan, when it comes to scoring, is a much better scorer than LeBron.
He's not way better.
That's what I'm saying.
I
bro.
think
Like,
there's a gap.
like-
To me, I think there's a little bit of a gap. But I don't think that LeBron is, because I think, to me, I'm not even going to say LeBron is like a top. For example, this is what we're talking about. This is when we're talking about.
Be careful. Don't do bag talk right now.
I'm not. LeBron's in my top. LeBron's in my top scorers of all time. I'm not trying to deny anything like that.
You about to do bag talk. I already know.
I am because we're talking about how we can score and the ways that we can score. Right?
No.
I think that LeBron, yes,
How
this is
many
what I'm
times you
doing.
put
This
the ball
is
in
what
the
I'm
basket?
doing.
How many times you put the ball in the basket? It don't matter.
But it's funny how you switch it up now, because when we were talking about, like, for example, a Jokic or Embiid, you was hating on Jokic for how he puts the ball in the basket. But I said, but he puts the ball in the basket.
Who I say is better?
You're saying Joel.
I say Jokic is better than Joel.
You weren't saying this like a year ago, though, in the group chat. It's
a whole nother year. People wasn't saying Jokic.
This is getting sidetracked. All I'm saying, though, is like you're switching up because you go from talking about
you talking about years ago.
No, I'm talking about just throughout texting in the group chat.
Joel Embiid isn't better than Jokic because he failed in the playoffs.
Right, but listen, because you was about to say, oh, don't get into bag talk. But you the first one that wants to go into bag talk. You talk about the pureness of basketball. You talk about, oh, like we just need to watch these guys play and judge from that.
If you watch LeBron play. Watch his old game. Watch the Heat.
I have.
When he was on the Heat, young 100%. LeBron on the Cavs. You see what this dude's doing, and you watch Michael Jordan. It's like night and day to me.
Yeah, but you also think LeBron is like the best eye test you've ever seen, which I disagree with.
Forget eye test, bro. I'm talking.
This is what we're talking about. You're saying watching them.
First of all, LeBron is the best. Of course, you don't think you think Kobe, right? That's crazy.
Eye test. I'll probably say Kobe.
Have you seen LeBron? Have you seen anybody do what LeBron has done in his career? I'm talking about don't talk about accolades. Talk about just watching. Ain't nobody.
We're talking about eye test, right? Talking about eye test, right?
You've seen Kobe Bryant before, Michael Jordan, and you're gonna see another Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan type of player. Not winning. He's not gonna win his money, bro. You're gonna see him. It's Kawhi Leonard right now. You're going to see these types of players, but they're not as good. They're not going to have the resume as Michael Jordan.
I was going to say
Michael Jordan's every generation going to have a Michael Jordan. They're just not going to have a Michael Jordan resume.
It's really though for Michael Jordan and Kobe. It's really like,
why are we talking about Kobe right now?
The intensity that they played with,
That's what it is.
That's what differentiates them, though, specifically, is though like the intensity that they play with that other guys don't have nowadays. That's a big part of what makes them them.
Yeah, if LeBron James was an asshole and was cussing people out, guess how? I bet you way more people would like LeBron. If he was cussing people out,
no.
Yes, like a big ass LeBron. You see him on the court bitching people just.
He does that now, though.
Take my shoes off. If he was like Kobe, take my shoes off. You ain't good enough.
He's been doing that now for a bit, though.
Come on,
he's been on that.
LeBron is a nice guy. He's a nice guy.
No, he is a nice guy, but he's been way more vocal on the court, though.
You want to know why people like Michael Jordan and Kobe more than Because it's people that like Michael Jordan and Kobe more than they like LeBron. It's the same type of people. Because they like Michael Jordan and Kobe. They can hoop, you know, they nice with they're skilled. And then they're also assholes. They're assassins. Like mentally, you could look at like people was scared of Kobe and Michael Jordan because they're assholes. If LeBron was an asshole, he's a nice guy. He's what's the word? Social. He's friends with everybody. They don't like him. If he was a big meanie, this dude would be the GOAT right now. Especially
this is like a crazy hypothetical, but I mean,
you was just doing hypotheticals.
I know, but this is like you're just saying you're talking about like personality now. And stuff.
Yes, I'm telling you, the persona of these people makes people like them more. Michael Jordan's persona. He's also Michael Jordan's the most iconic athlete ever in any sport, pretty much. Yeah. So LeBron got to go against that too. His icon, his persona. LeBron's going against more than just his back. LeBron is a better basketball player, but he's got to face the persona, all this stuff, and you got to do a lot of stuff to be the GOAT, to beat Michael Jordan. I'm just saying.
Sure. I mean, but that's what the GOAT. The first word of GOAT is greatest, and to me, greatest isn't necessarily best. So that's why greatest, it does come down to all those different things. There's
definitely a difference between greatest and best, but I think that Jordan was a better basketball player.
See, that's where I'm on the fence about. I mean, just like as far as overall impact, I could make an argument like for the LeBron thing, but that's why for me, my answer came off of the greatest part, where the greatest, he is the greatest because of all those different things that made up his greatness, that makes up his story, that makes up why he is one of the most famous athletes, not just basketball players of all time. Yeah, that's all got to be incorporated into the conversation for me.
I mean, I agree with him because Michael Jordan is greater than LeBron. That's the only reason why this is an argument. That's the only thing he got over him because he's got all this stuff, and some of it is more than basketball. That's why I feel like
some of it is more than basketball. But even when we just look at the basketball, even when we look at strictly basketball, like I said, depends what you want to look at. If we're gonna look at per game stats, advanced analytics, Jordan's over LeBron in that. We'll look at accolades, resume.
You gotta go into
that's what we no, we don't. You can look at per game, like I said, you can look at the per game stats, look at the advanced stats, you can look at the playoff stats, playoff per game stats. Jordan is number one in everything over LeBron.
That's not why he's the GOAT though.
No, the GOAT is why the GOAT is the GOAT really, like we said, the reason he is still the GOAT is because he won 6 championships with the same team, and he has like damn near his career. When you look at his career, it almost just looks perfect. Even though this obviously he lost in the first round a ton of times early on in his career. But when you just look at it in totality, it's really hard to go over that, especially with LeBron's negative finals record in most people's eyes. It's going to be like, oh, LeBron lost 6 times. But that's just an easy way of saying it. I think it's deeper than that. Like the way that I'm going to argue is deeper than that, but it's still, he does have it over him. It's still a fact that has to be said. And I don't think it's crazy to think LeBron is over Jordan. I think they're close. They're sitting at the same table. Like they're right there. If you think Brown is over Jordan, cool.
What is it that
Bro, the league sucked back then, man. Can we talk about that? Like, can we go back to that?
Earlier,
how did the league suck?
About stuff we don't
Bro, they're nowhere near as good as they have been now. Like, ever since, like, what?
Oh, the league is garbage now as far as defense and letting people are scoring 60, 70 points on a nightly basis. It's so easy to score now.
When did LeBron
go watch them? 50. They sucked at defense too, bro.
No, they were not.
They were not good, bro. Go watch them. Go watch them. They're not.
I do watch them.
The more and more I watch, the more and more I'm convinced that era is overrated as fuck, bro. That shit, it's so overrated. Like,
it's not overrated.
This is why I'm pro LeBron. I went back and watched these fools. I've been watching hardwood classics. The game is different, bro. I'm talking about the 90s.
They suck. Like, if you look at them now, looking and watching, like, seeing basketball as we know it now and looking at them then, they suck, bro. They're not
good. It's like almost a 30, 40 year difference. So, yeah, it's going to look different.
Right, it's much different.
Michael Jordan.
Much different game.
The 96 Bulls. 96 is closer to where is closer to 2000 where LeBron came in. That's the closest when Michael Jordan was playing where he was great, where the basketball, to my eyes, looked comparable to when LeBron came in. So I can go the 96. I like watching the 96 because the players are a little bit better. You know, they're not wearing short shorts. They're more skilled. It's like, okay, 96.
Sure.
But before that, young Michael Jordan, I fall asleep watching that. I could fall asleep watching.
They were bad, bro. They were bad.
The young Michael Jordan. I don't watch.
So you're talking about like 80, 84 to 90? Is we talking just like time in the 80s?
Yeah, like right before. Yeah, pretty much. I'll say when I watch it, I'm not like, wow. You want to know what I'm wild about when I watch Michael Jordan? It does seem like every time he came down the court, he'd do like a mid-range, just wet a mid-range, and then go back down the court. Come back down. It was nice. Then you watch LeBron. This dude is jumping over everything. He's hitting the mid-range. He's hitting the threes, pulling up from all the way down.
Young LeBron? Young LeBron?
Even young LeBron who couldn't shoot was pulling up, wetting from three. Jumping over people, getting rebounds, blocking the shot.
But you making it seem like young Michael wasn't.
No. I'm not making it seem like nothing. You just getting in your feelings. Right?
No, you just hold on. Let's go back. You said when I watch Michael Jordan, I fall asleep, and when I watch Michael Jordan,
let me big up Michael Jordan. He played defense. It's like watching Kawhi right now. That's how when I see Michael Jordan,
it's way more aesthetic pleasing.
He could float in the air. Yeah. He ain't do that all the time. The double clutch where he's going to dunk and do the layup. That's what separates him and Kawhi. He didn't do it that much. You see it in the highlights. He does it a couple times in his highlights. Those are the times he did it. When I watch the game, it's like Kawhi. He plays good defense, shuts people down, goes down, wets a mid-range. But he's like wide open. The defenders like
they suck.
It's like crazy. It's like they playing defense. It's not. They make it seem like they like forearming them all the time on offense. Like, oh, it's so tough. Back in when Michael Jordan, they was laying off him. Michael Jordan, so many open. LeBron would destroy that era, man.
That's right.
LeBron is going to be LeBron in any era, as I think Jordan's going to be Jordan in any era.
Jordan's era, LeBron would be the best player, hands down, easy.
They were
not if he's not beating Michael Jordan.
Defense is so overstated back then. They did not play defense.
I agree, it's overstated as far as like, oh yeah, every time you drop to the lane, you get knocked out. Like I think all that is overstated. I do think the intensity levels and the way that they played defense was still more.
Not more.
Yeah, because they sucked. They had to try a little harder, bro. They sucked, bro. They genuinely.
The only people that genuinely actually sucked ass, we're talking like 70s beforehand. Like,
no. They are trash.
You're comparing 80 something years of basketball back to back then. You can't just compare then. Like right now wouldn't be right now if we didn't have people back then doing what they did.
Okay, that's cool, but the game gets better. The game gets better I
understand the game gets better. But I think right now the game is
LeBron dominated tougher competition. Like I don't like. Okay.
He had a cupcake walk to the finals how many times? The East was weak as hell the whole Eastern Conference.
It's not specifically about the East or the West. It's about the league in general. The league in general. Okay, he had an easier path to the finals, and then he goes to the finals, and then he's playing a team that's way better than any team Jordan's ever played.
And he also
the Warriors. I agree. Sure, the Warriors.
So what is that? That's
he has the Warriors, but that's the only team that was like 100% better than every team that Jordan's played.
The Spurs?
The Spurs aren't up there.
Spurs are up there, but I'm saying Jordan has played competition comparable to the Spurs.
No, he has not.
Yes, he has. Jordan has beat more 60-win teams. He's beaten more 50-win teams.
No. Not the wins. Not the wins. Get the win teams. Get the wins out of here. I'm talking about you take the Spurs, stack them with whoever.
Do you not? Hold on. Let me ask you. Okay. Well, for one, we can start stacking teams like the 60-win Seattle
the Spurs against the Jazz. Who's better, the Spurs or the Jazz? The Spurs.
Who was on the Supersonics?
That's not even 100% guaranteed that the Spurs are better than the Jazz. If it wasn't for Jordan, the Jazz would have won like 3-4 rings if it wasn't for Jordan and the Bulls.
Spurs are better than the Jazz.
And you're talking about 1 year. I think they're comparable.
You got LeBron played the Spurs,
but he also he also had a great team. We're talking about the GOAT, right? And LeBron.
Right now, we're talking about
He has to have the absolute best team to win, though.
Who was the best team that Michael Jordan played?
Probably the Jazz or the 60-win Supersonics, one of those teams. Probably played Jazz a few times.
The Supersonics with absolutely 0 top 30 all-time players are comparable to, the Spurs who have top 10 players. Like, bro, like get out of here. Like they suck, close, bro. Really. They suck.
They had Tim Duncan, old Tim Duncan.
Old Tim Duncan, young Kawhi Leonard, like however you want to play it. Like, how do you want to play it?
We know Kawhi was not like that back then.
I was going to say also before Kawhi became
Look
Kawhi.
how he's down.
He was still good, though. Kawhi then would cook everybody in this freaking 90s. Like, what are we talking about here?
Bro, are you serious right now?
Yes, they are not good.
Bro, you talking about Kawhi who came into the league? You talking about obviously Kawhi right now. You talking about Kawhi in 2014?
I'm talking about
he gonna come into the 90s and be a top player.
He's gonna be one of the better players in the league. Yeah, he might not be the fucking best player.
No, I'm saying you're saying right away though. You're saying 2014 Kawhi, you put him in there one season, he's gonna be a top player in the league.
The guy who won Finals MVP. Yeah, he's probably.
We know why he won Finals MVP, averaging 16 points per game, bro. Because he was amazing defensively. No, he was amazing defensively against LeBron. We know that. But he wasn't even the best player on that team.
The teams don't stack. That's all I'm saying. The teams now don't stack, and it's not even like close.
The road to the finals? Are we just going to discredit this? Are we only going to speak about the finals?
LeBron plays the West and the East.
Not during the playoffs. You only play the West like a few times.
You just talking about play. LeBron is playing against all the best players. Forget the playoffs. Yeah. In the finals, he's playing against the best team in the West. During the season, he's playing against everybody. Mm-hmm. He's playing against better talent than Michael Jordan. We talking about the good teams Michael Jordan played. What about all the other teams? Can't even name some of them people.
Bro, they weren't even 500 and made the playoffs, man. Like that shit was ass, bro. Like there's
teams that LeBron played that were not even 500 in the playoffs. What are we talking about? He played nobody's going to the finals.
Why you keep bringing up, man?
Bringing up who he had to play.
I'm talking about the entire league. I'm talking about the entire league in general.
Do you become the GOAT just from the playoffs?
Yes.
No, it's from the whole season.
Because then we'd be talking about Joel Embiid as a top 20 player of all time.
Yes. So there's
the playoffs.
82 games.
Shit happens.
Plus, no, playoffs is where you become cemented.
Right. I was going to rephrase. You're right. 100% as we become cemented.
So there's more than just play. So if you want to just say, oh, he played these guys, he's playing everybody in the 82 season game. Michael Jordan is playing everybody in the 82 season game. Mm-hmm. The people in the 82 season game that LeBron plays is way better than the people Michael Jordan plays against.
It is a difference.
And in the final.
You got to compare guys according to their era, though. You can't just because I mean, obviously, you put LeBron James, who's a modern player, back in the day.
That's true.
He's doing stuff they never seen before. You put a Michael Jordan in today's game, he's seeing people do stuff that he hasn't seen, but at the same time, with the type of player he was, the work ethic, again, his intensity, he's going to get there. He's going to do the same things that these guys are doing nowadays. It's going to convert, but you can't really go backwards the same way you can pull them forwards.
That's a fact. Now, when did LeBron come into the league? 03?
03. Which still wasn't that far away from.
When did Michael Jordan retire? That's what my point is.
03 or 02, where he officially was like done. 02, where he was like his last retirement.
So that's why I was saying when I watch Michael Jordan, that's why I say I like to watch the 96 Bulls. Because that's the closest to what I don't know, what I've seen. Like the early 2000s. I feel like that was great great basketball. When you had like LeBron, Kobe, when Melo was at the top of his game. That's like that's the best basketball. That's my favorite.
Okay.
Era.
Yeah.
Era.
Okay.
I feel like
that's
the
cool.
90s, the late 90s.
When we talk about eras and stuff, I understand you guys want to say, oh, like they're garbage back then. If you want to compare your just random role players, your 8th, 9th man on the bench, yeah, they're better today. But we've got to compare top talent with top talent as far as who these guys are playing, who they're being compared to.
Let's do that.
The They're very similar.
No, they're not.
Let's name
Yes,
them.
they are.
When you say this is my thing. When you say that, it's like okay, but we gotta name them. We gotta get down to the nitty gritty for real when we talk.
You got a name of? I don't know how
You
much
gotta
time we
name
got
them.
today.
Name
But I'll
them.
look up.
Name them.
I'll start looking up 90s players. Let's compare 90s players.
Yeah, you got to start looking them up because you don't even know them. Like, because they're not that good.
I mean, I can start naming people off, but it's easier if I have them all in front of me.
You go say Patrick Ewing, bro. Patrick Ewing is nothing compared to freaking Joel Embiid or Nikola
Patrick
Jokic.
Ewing showed up in the playoffs, though.
I mean, it don't
Lost to
matter who's
Jordan.
better. And where did that get him?
Well, you just said Jason Tatum's better than Joel Embiid. Why are we bringing up Joel Embiid? And then on
Because
top
he's
of it,
way better than Patrick Ewing. What you mean? Yeah, look at you trying to dismiss. Bro.
Is he though?
Get him out of
Is
here.
he though?
Yeah,
Is he though?
get him out of here.
What about
Get him out of
Hakeem?
here.
What about Hakeem?
Hakeem, all right, there you go. You got one.
Fact.
All right.
Clyde, David Robinson, Charles Barkley.
Clyde, where does
Karl
Clyde
Malone.
rank? Right, where does Clyde rank now? Where does Clyde rank
I
in
don't
the
know
guards
where he
now?
ranks.
Most of the guards in the league are better than him right now.
That's who Michael Jordan was playing in the finals, right? The Blazers. He played the Blazers one.
He played them.
Who is? Come on, bro. The Clyde the Glide.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Trying to gas up these rare. Like,
But you
know, he's
guys,
not random,
but you guys are also just trying to say, oh, they all garbage because they played in the 1990s. Like they all just garbage.
No,
No,
not
not
because
because
they
they
played then.
Because they
But
were.
Yeah, thank you.
That's
They just
what-
were.
Hey, man.
Everybody, this is
Yo, you can
this is why
compare
it's
the
so hard to
90s
compare
to the
eras,
2000s.
bro.
Can you come? Is the 90s and the 2000s a big gap? It's not that. It's pretty much the same.
Similar basketball, yeah.
Okay, so let's keep it.
I think right
In the
now,
2000s. Let's not talk about that.
you kind of broke up. You kind of broke up a little bit. What'd you say?
Okay, let's talk about the 2000s and the 90s because that's the only we can't do now versus the 1990 versus 2024. We can't do that. I agree, but we can do 1996. Is that the peak? That's peak Michael Jordan for real. 96.
Still there.
Yeah, I mean, little
Back to
older. I mean, but he's still in his peak. A little older.
When he did bag to bag, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Drake.
Yeah.
That's peak Michael Jordan. Bag to bag.
Yep.
We could do that to 2000. We could do that to 2003. Can we do 2003? What
I mean, yeah, that's pretty close.
the same
I mean-
people that Michael Jordan was playing in 96 was probably playing in 1993. I mean 2003. So we got to keep it within the early 2000s. LeBron was LeBron. He was young, but he was LeBron in my eyes. So we can do that. We don't got to talk about now. We can just talk about 2000.
He's
What do you want to talk? So what do you want to talk about?
We can compare the eras. What was going on in 96, 95, as opposed to 03, 02. 02, you had Kobe and Shaq, right? Or 01, 02.
2000 to 2002, like 99, 2000 to 2002.
Well, did we see anything like Shaq and Kobe in the 90s? Michael Jordan was
Shaq
the best.
and Kobe- Shaq and Kobe is irrelevant in this conversation because LeBron wasn't playing against them though. Like on the same team, he didn't verse like Shaq and
No,
Kobe Lakers.
they're relevant because it's in the era. We're trying to compare the eras to see if.
I mean,
there's that much
Shaq and
disparity.
Kobe were still in the era in the league when Jordan was playing. They just weren't on the same team yet,
Okay,
but they were still playing. Like they're still in that
Okay.
era though.
so
So
we
you're
can
saying how
compare-
have you seen anything like Shaq and Kobe? We just didn't see them together yet, but yeah, we saw them in the league.
And what are we, Jared? What are we talking about right now? We're talking about can we compare the eras? Are they? Is the early 2000s?
I said yeah, yeah. I said they're
So we can,
comparable.
right?
I think you can compare the 90s with like honestly probably
I
the
feel like-
mid 2000s.
Yeah.
Like when they got rid of like the whole like when they made all those rule changes like late in the 2000s stuff, but like pretty much all the way up until then, you could probably compare those eras. Like they're pretty similar play style. Early 2000s was a little bit slower, mid 2000s was very dead ball, but they're comparable.
Okay, so if we take away the accolades and we just look at the ball and the hooping, we just look at hooping from 96 to 0. Let's go 04 because 03 is his rookie year. LeBron in 04.
I think you go a little further. Like,
I don't want to get.
LeBron was too. Go like 06, 07.
We
think
can
that's
do it
comparable.
with young Bron, really, but I ain't gonna do that.
You're trying to say who young Bron was playing compared to like Jordan.
You see the things that LeBron was doing in 05, 06, 07 versus what Michael Jordan was doing in 96. Michael Jordan wasn't doing that, but he was winning. That's the difference.
Michael was doing different things.
But hoop it, on the court, it's like Mahomes versus Tom Brady. That's what I'm saying. That's what it's like.
Hey, your opinion.
If you don't, you're just trying to do bag talk. You're pretty much trying to say,
What are you trying to you say when I look at LeBron, I look at Jordan. It's like when I look at Mahomes and I look at Tom Brady. When you look at Mahomes, you look at Tom Brady, you say, oh, Mahomes is better than Tom Brady, but Tom Brady got a better resume and more rings. But Mahomes is better. So this is the eye test. So I keep bag is involved in the eye test. Bag is involved in eye test. It is involved in the eye test.
Eye test is more overarching than bag talk.
I know, but I'm saying it is involved in it.
What I like, it's like saying this. You see Mahomes where he scrambles, spins, and then just throws the ball like shot puts it in for a touchdown. That whole sequence is better than anything Tom Brady's ever done in his career. That's all I'm saying. Bad talk in the football would be like throwing skill. I ain't gonna put Mahomes over Tom Brady just off the throwing skill. It's from the play. When you see him spin, do all this crazy, I ain't never seen nobody do it. When I watch Patrick Mahomes, it's like, yo, he's way better than Tom Brady. He just got to catch up resume-wise. That's the only thing different. That's what it's like for LeBron and Michael Jordan. But LeBron and Michael Jordan are closer. Right?
That like I said, that's your opinion.
Oh, I think the
Mahomes and Brady is a more of a relevant conversation for that you're trying to say than Jordan and LeBron.
How
I think
so?
that because like I said, when I watched Jordan and I watched LeBron, I thought that I watched Jordan. I think that they're very different players, first of all, so it's very hard just to compare the play styles and everything. But Jordan, I said LeBron's a better all-around player, but I think Jordan is just the more dominant player because he's the better scorer coming to the playoffs. He's never had a dud moment. Like, he was always ready from day one to just – LeBron couldn't do everything from day one. That's why he got shut out against the Spurs in 07.
I got to throw something out. Just
LeBron – okay, go
I'm
ahead.
just curious. Just it's not even really on the conversation, but more so trying to wrap up the conversation because I don't think one side or the other
is gonna
come to a consensus on this. I think we both put out both sides. We got a few valid points out there.
Great arguments, great points.
Great points. I hope that a lot of people can give us their input on this and see where we can find a middle ground. But if you guys are ready, I think it might be time to move on to our next segment.
I got one last.
Let's see what you got.
We're gonna sit down. We're all gonna sit down. We're gonna put a game up. We're gonna pick y'all pick the game. I will let y'all pick the game. Y'all pick the game. We go sit down. We just all go watch it. We just all go watch it together. We go see because I'm telling you, their defense is not like that. They're not doing nothing crazy. Nobody's doing anything. Like, Jordan's dominating them because they suck.
Bro, that's so disingenuous.
I was gonna say, because it's one thing to say that.
It sounds like
it's one thing to say like Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain didn't face competition, and it's a whole another thing to try to throw Michael Jordan's era.
Because 90s is still considered modern. Like 90s is still considered modern basketball. This is way after the ABA merger. This is like
that's
NBA
being
was one of the
disingenuous of itself because look at how basketball has even changed within the past 10 years. Just because it's considered modern basketball doesn't mean that it's close at all. The NBA now is different than 10 years ago.
Do you think that basketball has changed for the better or worse?
For the better or worse? I mean, I don't really know. Like,
I think right now, over the last like 5-6 years, like with all this, the NBA in itself right now, there's a lot of talent. There's also a lot of rules that favor offensive ability and scoring. Like you could talk crap about a defense in the 90s or whatever you want to do. But the defense now for honestly the last like 6 to 7 years has been pretty garbage. And it's only progressively getting worse.
And you're not telling me that the defense then is much better than the defense now.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Maybe you came up with a good idea.
I would say the defense back then is better than now.
Yo, we've been going for an hour and a half pretty much. We could watch a game. There's an hour and a half. We could watch. Like all these, you want to know what the problem with this talk is? When anybody talks about this, we just saying stuff. Oh, he's got this many accolades. He's got more than this. He's done this. We gotta watch. Ain't nobody showing. You gotta show side by side. We gotta find a good Michael Jordan game in the right era where we can compare it to the 2000s. We gotta watch, and we gotta really break it down. See, if we break it down like film, we gotta do film study. If we gotta.
All right, man, let's let it up.
And this is what everybody got. I need an NBA player. Like I need JJ Redick to break down film like a coach. No, I need a coach to break down the film and show me how they was better. Like right now is ass, but this is not the best basketball that we have seen. I'm gonna just speak for y'all too. Like the best basketball is like 2010s. To me, it's 2000, but 2010s is like talent.
No, I'm saying best basketball was probably from like 07, 08 to like 16, like 15,
Yeah.
16. And like right around there was like the best basketball all around. So
we gotta. I mean,
we'll figure that out. I do want to segue us into our next point. It's been some great discussion, but like just because we got to wrap it up here soon. Let's just go on to keep it a short real quick. I'm gonna skip the first one because that might take a little while. But let's just talk about our second one. So, which NBA player is coming off the bench between Kevin Garnett, Tracy McGrady, Steve Nash, Allen Iverson, Carmelo, and Dwight Howard? All in the primes. Who's coming off the bench?
I'm gonna
Steve Nash.
Steve. Austin, who do you have?
I told you my pick was gonna be a little shocking. I'm putting AI on the bench.
AI on the bench?
Yeah, you can.
I'm putting AI on the bench. And this is. Are we talking about? This is our
whatever you want to
starting
about.
five. Because this is my question. Am I saying all right? Which one of these five players am I gonna put in my top five, or am I saying
no? So this is starting five going to the game.
Is gonna
let's say this
I'm
is
gonna
6
play a
players.
game with.
Right. Let's say this is 6 players about to play a game. Who's coming off the bench?
Because
let's say this
my mentality here is I'm putting AI off the bench because I don't want all these other guys on the court. I want the ball in AI's hands when AI is on the court. While these other guys are on the court who can all do the scoring, I want Steve Nash to be the guy setting them up. And then I want Allen Iverson coming off the bench, being the whole team when he's out there. So that's my
really
mentality.
AI. So you're really saying Steve Nash. Like, that's what you're saying right here.
I don't want AI being my point guard when I got Tracy McGrady, Kevin Garnett,
I don't think
Carmelo
that's crazy,
Anthony.
It's
like
not
AI is better. AI is better than him. I just think that Steve Nash and that group of guys could fit better as far as just facilitating the ball.
Yeah,
a lot of them could do the same thing, but AI is just better.
When they post these pictures are more so like who's like the worst player out of these.
Right?
Guys.
Yeah.
So
no, I don't.
I get what you're coming from, but
clarification on
right.
it. Yeah.
If we talk about who's the worst player, then yeah, I'm taking Steve Nash out. If I'm talking about who I think is going to fit coherently, I do think Steve Nash would fit better with that group of guys, like leading as the point guard.
I'm talking about in a 5. I'm thinking about it in real life. Like if you got them standing in front, imagine they're standing in front of you, and you got to pick the 5. And you pick.
All right, let's do it like this, Devin. Let's do it like this, Devin. Who you pick? So 1 through who you picking first out of this though? Let's say 1 through 5. Who you taking?
Talking about this ranking?
These players, yeah. So like you're at the park, right? You get to select 5 of them in a row, but like who you taking first?
Oh, who am I picking first?
Who's your first draft out of these guys? You got T-Mac, KG, Nash, Iverson, Melo, Dwight.
That's tough.
It is tough.
I mean, it would depend on who the other people are if I'm picking. But you see, it's hard. When I'm looking at it, I'm like, I can't take Dwight out because he's on center.
Right? Yeah, you need a big.
So you need a big. So I feel like
and you need a little bit of spacing. Like Melo gonna give you that spacing with the shots.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Teammate too.
I can tell you who I'm picking last. I'm taking KG last.
KG?
You talking about this hooping?
Yeah, KG's last for sure.
This sounds
KG's
crazy.
the last.
KG is last. If we talk, I'm thinking about it in real life.
If
And
you're
I'm
at the
saying
park,
that.
it's different. Like if you're at the park and you're picking these guys, I'm picking up AI if I'm at the park and I see AI there.
I
But
might
if you
take
tell
two.
me
I
you
think
gotta
I'd take
build a
T-Mac
team,
first.
I'm not even. I just mean, but between Steve Nash and AI, like I'm
okay,
clearly
yeah.
gonna take AI over Steve Nash. But if you're telling me you got to build a team and this team's got to compete and they got to mesh
At the
together
park?
and they got to play well, that's what I'm saying. At the park, I'm picking the 5 best guys. I don't care my roster construction if I'm playing, at the park. If you're telling me to make a team that's got to compete with other
for
teams
an NBA championship and stuff.
for an
Yeah,
NBA,
like, dude,
I'm
right.
putting a coherent team together. I'm not just picking the
For
best
sure.
5 guys. You see what happened in USA basketball, where some of the best talent is there on USA team, but these other teams got pieces that fit
They
together and
got
know
better
how to play
chemistry
together,
and stuff. Yeah,
and that's who comes out with the W.
But
so are you guys? So if you guys
that's the
still have-
C team.
you still have Nash coming off the
Yeah,
bench.
yeah.
You still got Nash coming off the bench as far as like, oh, it's a coherent team. We're not like doing this as who's the worst player here. We're doing it as like, what do you want going out there as a starting 5 for your team? You still have AI, you have Nash.
If I can choose to all right, whatever, AI's coming off the bench and then he's my 6th man controlling the team, sure, I can understand that. But if I'm just picking if it's the question is who comes off the bench. But if I have to pick 5 straight up out of here to just have, I'm taking AI over Steve Nash.
Okay. Yeah.
My order though, I'm taking T-Mac, T-Mac, Melo, no, T-Mac, AI, Melo, Dwight, and then KG.
All right, I think we're good. Let's move on to our next one. So we're gonna rank these NBA point guards right now. Let me say that again. Let's rank these NBA point guards. We're gonna start with Jalen Brunson, Jamal Murray, De'Aaron Fox, Luka Doncic, and SGA. What is our ranking 1 through 5? Let's start off with you, just because you're the top left over here.
So number one, I think it's an easy answer. I'm taking Luka Doncic. Number 2, another pretty easy one, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. For number 3 through 5, I gotta go. I think number 3, I'm taking Jalen Brunson. Number 4, I'm taking Jamal Murray. Number 5, I'm taking De'Aaron Fox.
Okay.
Taking
Go
De'Aaron
down to
Fox.
Nev. Let's go down to Nev. Nev, what's your rank?
No, that's my exact list right there. Luka, Shai, Brunson, Jamal Murray, and De'Aaron Fox.
Devin, you in the
Yeah.
same boat?
Yeah, I feel
All right,
like
we're all in agreement then.
this is too
That's my
easy.
order too.
I feel like
too
if you
easy?
change some names, it'll make it harder. Like if you take
Yeah,
Murray
maybe.
and Fox out and put Ja and Trae Young, that'd be harder.
What do you do with that? Let's just assume it is. Take out
Wait,
Murray and
which-
Brunson, add in Trey and Ja.
Luka's definitely number 1.
Mhm.
And number 2, you got.
Wait, what is the list right now?
So we're gonna say let's rank these NBA players between Ja Morant, Trey Young, Luka Doncic, SGA, and who was our 5th one? Brunson.
Yeah.
And Jalen
So
Brunson.
I'm a Ja guy, so it's SGA or Ja. That's how I'm.
This is your second. Is this number 2?
Yeah,
Or
for second.
you put
After
Luka 1.
Luka's number 1. Then you got Ja versus SGA. I feel like right now, what can you say? SGA average 30 points a game.
Well, yeah, like 31. Something like that.
I'm a Ja guy.
Hey, when Ja's on the court, Ja is that guy though. When he's on the court, he's that guy.
I was gonna say SGA is doing what Ja was doing last year though, so it's
Yeah. Like Ja is.
It's tough for me. What y'all think?
I'd probably say, if I had to go off right now, I'd probably Luka, SGA, Ja, Trey Brunson.
Has
Or
Ja
actually, you know what?
I think I'll put Brunson in front of Trey, to be honest. Personally, only
I don't
because
know.
Only because
I
he
think
can
it's
make
debatable.
more of an impact without the jump shot falling, where if Trey's jump shot is not falling, he's not making a huge impact.
I mean, but Steph Curry's, we just called him the best point guard in the league earlier. If he's jump shots not hitting, it's whatever. Like
More times than not.
Yeah,
it's
but
hitting,
he
though.
also, and on top of that, he also does more things on the court than I think.
I think
Trey
he's
does.
still.
Even just
I
his
think he's
movement.
still. Yeah, I think he still demands more of the defense, even when he's not like as opposed to Trey Young. But I think Trey Young. I see what you're saying, Austin. Like Jalen Brunson, I guess maybe could still do more if he's not like exactly scoring the basketball. But like Trey Young as a facilitator, I feel like he's still underrated somehow. Like he's
Doesn't he lead the
an
league?
amazing facilitator. I think he. I mean, he has the most 30-10 games like in the NBA over the last like 4 years. I just think he's not a number one. But I think if you put him next to like a really just dominant big or like great wing, I think he would just flourish. Like I really do. I think he would shine a lot. Like I think him and Brunson are comparable, but I'd probably still say Trey.
Brunson's not a number one.
I don't think Brunson is either.
I
no.
don't. Yeah, I would
Definitely not. I think the only number ones on here, honestly, are Luka, maybe SGA. We'll see, and then I think Ja can be a one. Ja could probably be a one at some point. I think he definitely needs like. I think all of them need. Oh, obviously everyone needs the right team, but I think Ja could be a one too. So I'll probably say the three, and that could be like a number one on a championship team. Depends on like their second option, maybe, but I think they the other guys aren't. I think they're number twos.
Right.
I think Luka or I think Trey. And, no, I think like Brunson and Trey would be really good number twos. So like if the Mavs still have Brunson there, do you think that's a better fit than Kyrie? What he's got with Kyrie?
I mean, at this point, Brunson's better than Kyrie, right?
Kyrie's been balling lately though.
He has.
I
I
think
feel like Brunson's better right now, though.
yeah, I would say he's better right now, but like I don't know. It could be a good fit, I think, between Brunson and Kyrie, but I mean between Brunson and Doncic right now.
Luka could do a lot with either of them. They just need the Mavs. You know what the Mavs need? They need Derek Lively. They need him to be. They need him to like.
He's been really good for a rookie year. I think he'll take the
he's
jump.
been
I mean, he's
great.
rookie, but he's been really good. I think he'll take that jump.
If he takes a jump,
Yeah.
they could be.
I mean, if
they
he
could
could,
go to finals.
yeah,
It's
So-
all on him.
right.
If you ask me.
I do just want to. This wasn't on here, but I do say one thing, and then we'll wrap it up. Where do you guys have Victor Wembanyama right now in the league? Like, where is he as like a top center? Obviously, he's been going crazy. I mean, the dude's an alien. Like, where are we ranking him? Let's say
better
among
than
centers.
What
What center? What number is he?
besides Jokic and Joel?
I
Better
was
than
honestly that I was kind of.
So
on
Austin,
that
you have
boat,
him over
yeah.
Bam?
I was kind of, not that he's.
Bam's a center.
I think he could. Bam, yeah, Bam's a center.
Wemby ain't a
Wemby's
center.
a center.
No, he's not. They be
He's
playing.
center.
He's a center. He been putting up numbers since they moved him to
Dude,
center.
I don't know. Rank him
No,
amongst
he's not a
everybody.
center. We not calling it. He's not a center. He's not a center.
What is his position?
plays
So let me
center.
say,
Yeah.
like,
He
let's say
doesn't play
big
center
man.
on the Spurs.
Let's just say rank him against big men. Is he already better than AD?
He's better than AD now, but he's not better than prime AD.
I was gonna say not than his peak. Yeah.
Is he better than? So we said so he's better than everybody except. So we're talking big men. So except Giannis, Joel, Jokic. He's already number 4 is what we're saying.
Pretty
Big men.
much. Who else?
I think I agree with that, bro. Like him defensively
Right.
is just unreal too. Like he's already behind
Averaging like 7
what
stocks
Rudy.
a
I think
game.
he's like second in DPOI right now for like voting. So
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I
he's
don't know if he's better than AD.
KD?
No,
AD,
AD? Oh, AD.
AD. It's debatable. I think I don't know because my thing with AD is, bro, he's so up and down. It's like I don't know what I'm gonna get from him. On like I think AD when he's on, I would say he's still better than Wemby like currently. But my thing is like AD's health and then like consistency wise, I don't know. Like who do I think is better right now? I probably would say AD maybe, but I think Wemby's literally like right on his tail. Because Wemby, I think next year we're gonna see a crazy leap from him too.
All he's missing now is the experience. Really, like once he really figures
And
out
also
the
like
NBA
a
game,
nice
missing
lead
the
point
team.
guard.
He's
Yeah, the
missing
team, like a nice
team, bro.
when they have damn, why am I blanking on his name? What's his name?
Jeremy
Tyus
Sokin?
Jones' brother. No, Tyus Jones' brother, Trey Jones, right?
Trey Jones,
When he's
yeah.
actually out there leading the offense, it's so much better. But when Pop had Sokin out there, I'm like, dude, stop having him run the offense. I don't understand how you're missing a 7'5" dude cutting down the lane wide open. I'm like getting pissed off just watching it for Wemby. And then on top of that, Wemby's been on a minutes restriction. I saw his per 36 numbers, bro. If he played 36 minutes, was like 26, 13, and like almost 4 blocks. Like, he's unreal.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been looking down on Pop recently. Kind of like Bill Belichick.
Hey, he's getting old. I think he's just. It might be time. It might be coming up. It's very Bill Belichick-esque.
Popovich, he on a fine line right now. I'm real close.
Yeah, I'm
real close.
He's been tripping a little bit with the Spurs the last couple of years. I could agree. I don't know. It's been questionable, but do we have anything else further that we want to talk about Wemby, or we're gonna wrap it up?
But we need to watch film. That's the only
way. We can do that.
We get a segment, yeah.
Ain't nobody else doing that.
We can react to it. We can put that up. We can post that. We'll react to it.
A full gameplay react. Ain't nobody doing that. They just talking. Oh, he's got more rings.
Oh yeah, we can do that. We'll do it. We'll pick a game and we'll come on here and we'll watch film. For sure.
I'm gonna pick some games too.
Yeah, pick them out between both. But again, like we said, make them comparable. We can't take like a 2020 game. Yeah, we gotta make it
see LeBron jumping over people, splashing from 3, getting a chase down block. You'll see Michael Jordan coming down mid range. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Real cute.
Did you have anything else?
No. Wemby's just way better than I even expected. I thought he was gonna be pretty good, and he's even more disgusting.
Yeah, he's even exceeded my expectations. I said it was gonna be good. He's exceeded my expectations for sure. It's like I thought, like, yeah, he's gonna be really good, but he's nice. But
mid-range.
All right, so that's been it from the Hoopaholics podcast.
Wide open mid-range.
Let's definitely tune in for the next episode. We're gonna watch some film between Jordan and LeBron. The debate just never ends.
He went between the legs, then did the mid-range.
So until next time, appreciate y'all. Peace out.
Peace.